Frank Trew was a neighborhood organizer, a founder of Hip Donelson, the chairman of Metro's Human Relations Commission, and a board member of the Neighborhoods Resource Center. But Frank was also a friend to everyone in his community. His life continues to exemplify what one person can do.
And I walk in and he turns around and here's this big smiling guy, of course a bow tie on, and immediately it was like, okay, I know that this is going to be a great person for our organization.
Frank, full of life. When you met him, he was focused on you, and it was about you, and he asked about you and wanted to know about you. He had that ability to draw you in. He always gave you a hug, but he was just, love everybody. Didn't judge, and you felt that.
Frank was a very positive, optimistic person. Frank was just like Teflon. He could just let it roll off his back and keep moving forward because he had a good sense of morality and what was right and what was good in every situation.
Frank was amazing. I don't know how he got everything done that he did. I thought we all had the same 24 hours, but Frank had more going on than any of the rest of us. There was never anything small for Frank. Whatever Frank did was always big. He didn't think small. I miss Frank. I miss Frank a lot. So Frank started with his neighborhood of Lincoya Hills, but that wasn't the place he was going to stop. He had a bigger vision. He loved Donelson, and he wanted Donelson to be known by everyone else. And Hip Donelson was really that vehicle.
The virtual front porch, 21st century virtual front porch, right? Because Donelson was built automobile-oriented, no sidewalks, no front porches on our houses and whatnot, so Hip Donelson became kind of that virtual front porch for people to sit and talk to each other. Andrew Bradley started Hip Donelson not too long after that, about 2009, 10. And so the three of us really worked hard to utilize Hip Donelson as a tool to re-energize the community. And obviously, I'm proud that it worked, especially when the farmers market came about. That was when 2012 was when the first year of the market. That's when we really had to sit down and say, we've got a brand now, a logo, a brand, a page, kind of a mission, vision, and values almost. If we're going to make this market successful and make it a vehicle that does help support nonprofits, we've got to make it a bona fide organization. And it was Frank who took that on.
What I see Frank doing and what he did really with Hip Donelson, I might have created the first name or whatever, but without Frank, it would have just stayed a Facebook page. But I think Frank has made huge communities feel like they can be little miniature hometowns. But if you start with these little building blocks like we did with Hip Donelson, you can grow that into a place where we can all come together.
Trew Neighbor Award is, first of all, not simply for people who are officers of neighborhood organizations. It's for individuals who go above and beyond, who bring people together from across their neighborhood to help them to work together to make their neighborhood a better place. Then they really have to also have a commitment to inclusivity, that every neighbor matters.
I hope that any recipient of this award is somebody who continues to inspire other neighborhood leaders, because we're only here for a certain amount of time, and as you know, neighborhood leadership, it's tough. No good deed goes unpunished, right? As they say. So we constantly need to be looking for the next neighborhood leaders, and I hope that this award inspires that.
What we try to do is to welcome that person into our organization and help them, encourage them, strengthen them to become a better leader for their neighborhood. And that's where Frank Trew comes in. We don't all have to be exactly like Frank Trew. But we have to have the courage that Frank has to try to make a difference in our neighborhood, to make where we live, our homes, a better place for not just ourselves, but for every person who lives there.